Okay. For Robotics Lab 5, what you're going to do is you're going to take Lab 4 and you're going to add to it to impress me. Okay? So there's only a few things that you need to learn extra right now. If you want to delete a point, what you're going to have to do is you're going to need to forward to that point. And Lab 4 taught us how to forward to that point. You scroll to that place and hold forward, right? Now, when you're there, if you're not at a point, like, so you're on line 2 and your robot is not at the point that line 2 is at, you'll see a little black cursor go back and forth, turning on and off. And that's telling you that whatever point you're pointing at is not the point that the robot's at. So if it's not, you'd hold forward until that robot got there, and it'll stop, and that cursor will turn black. Okay? It'll stop blinking. And that tells you that you're at the point that you're thinking. And every time I have a lab video for robotics, that compressor over there turns on. And there's nothing in the world I can do about it except move into my office. Now, as awesome as the video looks right now, this is a full review of Corfu, which is a pretty place. I'm moving into my office next week, so things will be a lot quieter and a lot more productive. Okay, so got to zen out. So you're going to move to points like you did when you were verifying it before you played it, right? And you're going to verify before you play it all the time. And you're going to put a home point at the very beginning with the 0.78 speed, and you're going to make sure that that stays there. Otherwise, you're going to have problems, okay? So one of the first things that you need to learn is how to delete a point. So to delete a point, you will forward to the point that you want to delete. Verify that it is that point that you want to delete. Look at it and be like, yeah, that's the one. And before you do anything else, right around the enter button is a delete button. Push the delete button and it's going to turn on a little light on it saying, are you sure? Right? It's going to turn on a little light. And if you push enter after that, it's going to delete that point. Okay? And the other one is insert. We can push enter to insert a point at the very end of our program. So right above end, like if we want to go in and enter points, all we have to do is push enter and it's going to enter points right after the last point that we had. If we want to insert a point that we forgot in the middle, what you're going to have to do is forward to that point. Well, no, you don't. What you're going to want to do is move up to that point, cursor up to that point, and you will then the point right above where you want to insert the new point, you'll drive your robot to wherever you want that new point to be, right? So you'll put it over here. You're like, oh, I should have put a point after this point. You'll move the robot to where you want it. You'll scroll your cursor up to the point of where you want whatever line number above that point you want it to be at. And you will push insert and it'll turn a little light on, and then enter, and it's going to put that new point in there. So you're going to have fun. I need you to practice moving that robot around and making points. Okay? So you have an hour and a half to impress me. Okay? Like, you're going to take Lab 4 and you can delete everything but that home point at the beginning. Don't go over, let's say, 15 for now. Okay, so don't put points in there that are faster than speed 15. Okay, but what I want you to do is I want you to start adding points and taking points out. Like, you don't have to have the triangle anymore, but we're going to build off of lab 4. Okay, so you're going to go and you're going to spend your time getting used to making points and verifying points and verifying how it looks when you run it. Okay, now when you run it as you're, testing it, keep your hand over that emergency stop unless it starts, just in case it starts getting weird. So what I want you to do for this lab is to impress me. You know how to make a program. Go and put points in to make that robot do something neat. And I might have I might have something for the people who do really go all out on it. It's an easy 100, but it's going to give you time on those robots. Okay? And that's very important. I need you to get used to moving those robots a whole lot and used to manipulating that. So if you have a problem, let me and Ashley help you, because if I didn't explain the insert, I didn't really explain the insert all that great. You'll be able to do that. And so I want you to spend the time making a program that's going to make me happy. Okay? And for all those who watch my pre-labs like you're supposed to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you for the password. And the password is Sriracha. Okay? Now, I want you to drop that, sometimes. I want you to come in knowing what you're supposed to do. That proves that you watched the video. But if I have a suspicion that you didn't, and I'm like, hey, man, what's the password? You'd be like, Sriracha. And I'm like, cool. Because that's a tasty, 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 tasty sauce, right? So, if you don't know the password, the pre-lab's going to be kind of hard to get 100 on, isn't it? It was only an 8-minute video. People deserve to get a bad grade for not watching it if that's all I'm asking you to do for the pre-lab. Cool? If you've gotten this far, yay. Easy 100, right? So, practice. Like, make lab 4 into something that's going to make me happy. Cool? Like, add 100 points if you need to. Do something neat. Like, take the time. Figure it out. Play with it. That's what they're there for. Okay? I'll be here. Ashley will be here. We'll make sure to get it to wherever you want. Now, hopefully these videos will start looking more polished. I'm learning a new program, and I got a media center office, and it's going to be snazzy. And right now, I'm just kind of adding a few extra seconds so that somebody doesn't go to the end of the video to get the password. But I love you. Well, I like you a lot. Some of you are okay. Okay. Y'all have a good one. All right, see you in labs. Later, the labs will, like the pre-labs, I have a computer program that I can, like, put the pendant up on the screen, and it won't have the glare of the pendant that I was holding. All right.